Soccer League Game of the Week. The New Jersey Teamsters host Maryland's SGFC Eagles. This game is a production of NJTeamstersFC.com. Visit NJTeamstersFC.com for more information. It's 3 o'clock. Game time temperature 62 degrees. It's a humid and very breezy day here in Bayonne. The Eagles visiting the Teamsters. Both of these teams are battling for what might be one playoff spot in the United Premier Soccer League's Northeast Conference playoff race. The top 4 teams in the 8-team conference make the playoffs. The Teamsters are 4th in the conference. The Eagles are at number 5. Kickoff momentarily. I'm Eric Dixon, and welcome to today's game between the Teamsters and Eagles from Bayonne's Don Ahern Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're expecting the teams to come out in a couple of moments. The trend lines for these teams are in quite divergent directions. The Eagles have lost 2 in a row. The Teamsters have won 2 in a row. The Teamsters won 2 games 2 weeks ago, back-to-back games on a Saturday and Sunday. Meantime, Maryland SGFC lost on both May 13th and May 20th. So they come in here on a little bit of a losing streak. Both teams have played. Well, the Eagles have played 6 games. They've only got 1 win, but they've tied twice. So they have 5 points in the Northeast Conference. The Teamsters have 2 wins to go with 1 tie. 3 points for a win and 1 point for a tie. That gives them 7 points. That puts them in 4th place, in the Northeast Conference. Top 4 teams in the conference are 8 teams. The top 4 make it to the playoffs. So right now, the Eagles have 5 points, and that puts them in a tie for 5th place with Catrachos de Incaev. We'll be back with the kickoff momentarily. You're watching the United Premier Soccer League on mycujo.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by the New Jersey Teamsters. Visit NJTeamstersFC.com for more information. And before tonight's game starts, if you like what you see, the next game for the Teamsters is Saturday, June 9th at 3 p.m. at the same location, Don Ahern Stadium, right behind Bayonne High School in Bayonne, New Jersey. Before tonight's game starts, we'd like to thank our visitors and viewers from Maryland. A lot of viewers, we understand, from the D.C. area, which is where the Eagles are from, and visiting today here in New Jersey. So again, just wait a couple of moments for the kickoff. You're watching the United Premier Soccer League.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to today's United Premier Soccer League action between SGFC from Maryland and your New Jersey Teamsters. Welcome to Don Ahern Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Bayonne for tonight's UPSL match between the Eagles and Teamsters. Kickoff will be in approximately 10 minutes. Today's match is sponsored by Mezcal Kitchen, Ignite Physical Therapy, the BCP Community Bank, Scores Sports, and the Cutting Garage. Also, our newest sponsor, Philadelphia Pretzels. The New Jersey Teamsters and NJTeamstersFC.com, thank you.
let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoice. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These three words when you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is, Hitman.
Once again, we're back at Don Ahern Veterans Memorial Stadium in Bayonne. Tonight's United Premier Soccer League action between the New Jersey Teamsters and the SGFC Eagles from Maryland. We should have kickoff in about 8 minutes. We'll give you some information on where the standings are in the Northeast Conference of the UPSL. It's an 8-team conference in the Northeast Conference. The Teamsters are in 4th place, and SGFC is in 5th place. As we were saying before, the top 4 teams in the conference make the playoffs. It's still early in the season. It's a 14-game spring schedule in the UPSL's Northeast Conference. The Eagles have played 6 times. The Teamsters have played 5 times. There's still quite a bit of action as we move into June and the early part of July. At this point, every weekend we'll have a game. Sometimes the teams will play twice in a week. Well, for the Teamsters, this game is brought to you by Mezcal Kitchen, Ignite Physical Therapy, the BCB Community Bank, Scores Sports, the Cutting Garage, Captain Bayonne, and the Philly Pretzel Factory. The New Jersey Teamsters urge everyone to go visit the Teamsters sponsors for this and future games. The next home game for the Teamsters, Saturday, June 9th, 3 p.m., Junior Lone Star will be coming into Bayonne to make their first visit. And they're in 2nd place in the Northeast Conference. Again, 8 teams in the Northeast Conference. The top 4 are in playoff position. Rochester Super 9 right now are in 1st place. They're undefeated in 6 games, 5 wins and 1 tie. Junior Lone Star has won 5 of their 6 games, but they lost to Rochester. So they're in 2nd place with 15 points. It's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie. That puts Junior Lone Star, next week's visitors here in Bayonne, at 15 points. We should be underway in about 5 minutes. The visiting Eagles are getting their preparations underway. The Teamsters are also getting set for this match. And hold on, we'll make some official announcements, and we'll be back with the official broadcast momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to today's match between the New Jersey Teamsters and SGFC Maryland Eagles. At this time, we ask that you stand, remove your caps, as we stand for our national anthem.
And that was our national anthem. We're here from Don A. Hearn Veterans Memorial Stadium in Bayonne, getting ready for the kickoff between the Teamsters and Maryland SGFC Eagles. I'm Eric Dixon, and welcome to today's UPSL Game of the Week. Northeast Conference action. The Eagles, after a 5-hour bus trip, are visiting Bayonne for the first time. The New Jersey Teamsters, a first-year franchise in the UPSL. This is their 6th game and 4th home game here in Bayonne. SGFC Eagles have actually been around playing professionally for 20 years. The team was organized as Sport Green FC in the Washington, D.C. suburbs back in 1999. So they've got quite a storied history. They've got a lot of ethnic players from the Washington, D.C. area who have been involved in soccer since they've arrived in this country. It's really a very vibrant soccer community in those Maryland suburbs. The team is officially based out of Silver Spring, Maryland, and would like to welcome a lot of their viewers and supporters from the Washington, D.C. area who are watching this game today, streaming on video on mycujo.com, and also to Teamsters supporters who are watching this game if they couldn't make it out to the field today, watching this game. Nobody even knows
that the match is starting?
On the Teamsters website.
Oh, what are you doing up there? Ted, are you upstairs?
We're getting ready for the kickoff, and you can tell it's a breezy day. If you look at the flags, they're swirling around quite a bit. Winds are coming off of Newark Bay from the east at 17 miles an hour, but the gusts are over 25 miles an hour, and that's going to affect some of the higher balls here. As we get ready to start the kickoff, the visiting SGFC Eagles from Maryland are in blue. They're moving left to right on your screen. The Teamsters here are in red with the white fadeaway as you move down the jersey. They've got the blue shorts and blue socks. They'll be moving right to left. In goal for the Teamsters, it's Michael Mejia. And he did very well 2 weeks ago. If you saw those back-to-back games where the Teamsters beat Upper Darby and then Catrachis, then KF, Mejia in many respects was the star of both games. He is someone to watch. He's also very good playing the ball with his feet. He'll come out of the goal, cut down the angle. He's really like an 11th field player, and he gives the Teamsters a different dimension. We're getting ready for the kickoff. The Teamsters will kick off here in the first half. Welcome to Don A. Hearn Stadium, and we're underway. Number 28 is Kasim. The number 25 is Mike Krenzel. Good possession soccer very early on. This is field turf here in Bayonne. It's a good, durable field. It's not natural grass. You will get some true bounces, but it will play a little bit like AstroTurf in the sense that the ball might bounce a bit more when it comes down off a ball played in the air. And now up the right wing. There's a centering pass. As the Teamsters try to work it across, this ball will go out of bounds. But some good action very early on. Some methodical but good action in that opening minute. Official time is always kept on the field. You'll see a scoreboard on the far side of the field. All the stands are here on the near side, but the running time on the scoreboard is not 100%. Oh, there's a giveaway. A bad play. Walter Hernandez tries to play it in the middle. This will be kicked aside. Chris Noel tried to get that, and there's a foul call. We'll see what the call is here. This might be a penalty kick here. If this was inside the box, and I'll tell the fans here, the yellow lines are the soccer markings on this field. The white lines are American football. The yellow lines are what we're following today. We'll see where the spot of the foul was called. This was a foul, and we might have an injured player. Well, certainly someone cramping up in some distress. And this will affect the running time. Again, running time on that scoreboard will not be the official time. The referee always keeps the official time, and stoppage time, like what we're seeing here for injuries, will probably result in stoppage time tacked on at the end of the half. So on that scoreboard, it'll say 2 minutes right now, but that'll be reflected later on at the end of this first half. We can't see who is down just yet. It looks like number 23 for the Eagles, Junior Velasquez, getting a little bit of attention. And then we'll see what the disposition is of the play. Some early offensive pressure by the Teamsters, and they're again wearing the red jerseys this time. They've worn blue before, but now we're seeing the red iteration of the home jersey. The Eagles wearing the blue, both teams in the pretty solid white numbers. And yes, my initial call, as I suspected, a penalty kick because the foul was on the Teamsters and it occurred inside that penalty box. Looks like Chris Noel will take the penalty kick for Teamsters early in the 3rd minute of today's game. Noel is number 8. The players can't move until the ball is struck. The goalkeeper can't move until the ball is struck. Noel approaching. The shot. He scores! Chris Noel on the penalty kick in the 3rd minute. An early goal, an early 1-0 lead for the Teamsters. That's Noel's 2nd penalty kick goal of the year. He scored a few weeks ago on a penalty kick. And in the 4th Teamsters home game, that's the 4th penalty kick awarded to either team, and 4 for 4 of the teams on those PKs. Now the Eagles take over, and this is their first possession. Taken away by Kasim Fafara, number 28. Mike Krenzel is number 25, and he'll play it on the right wing. Ahmed Wally over to Erect Sholdrowski. And now a giveaway, and it's in midfield. Foul is called at the center dot. The Eagles will take over. Spot of the foul is within that red B. That B stands for Bayonne. This is the official high school stadium of Bayonne High School, which has a large population. So this is in many respects, a professional level, or at least a good college level facility here in Bayonne. It's maintained very well. And now we have a giveaway. The Teamsters will move it out. And we'll have a foul. This will be Sergio Martinez was the one victimized on the foul, and we'll have a free kick for New Jersey. Helmut Wallach will play this one over to Mike Krenzel in the back. The Teamsters moving right to left, moving into the Eagles zone. Ball is played out of bounds. Juan Arena will be the one retrieving that for the throw-in on the far side. Kevin Salcedo settles this down. He'll look to make a lead pass. That's Theo, number 9, moving into the penalty box. This cross is unsuccessful. It'll be retrieved by Ahmed Wally. His centering pass is broken up, and the Eagles look to take out and move out of their defensive half. Moving quickly on that left wing was number 4, Abdul Dejani. But the Teamsters recover. Now on the near side, you'll see number 27, Elmet Wally. He'll play it over to Walter Hernandez, but the ball is kicked away. The Eagles kick it back, and they'll move it into the New Jersey zone. Elmet Wally retrieves. Elmet Wally's number 27. There's a long crossing pass. That's a good possession play. Spreads the field out. Keeps possession. New Jersey moving into the Eagle zone. It's kicked out by Abdul Torre. Now the Eagles look to advance. There's a potential lead pass broken up. Sergio Martinez at the midfield dot. He'll play it into the Eagles zone where it's Walter Hernandez, number 23. He plays it over to number 12, Sergio Martinez looking to cross in the penalty box. An unsuccessful tackle. Martinez maintains control of Hernandez outside the box. Hernandez again, good possession, but finally taken away by Jawet. There's a long lead pass down the right wing. It's number 9, Davidson Celador. He's a dangerous striker. The ball is kicked out of bounds by Fofara for New Jersey, but Celador made a dangerous run, and the Eagles get their first throw in on the near side, pardon me. Omid Wally battling with Abdullah Dejani, and they've scored. We'll see who scored on that crossing pass. That was a dangerous cross and converted by the Eagles very early on. I'll tell you who that goal scorer is in a moment once I can see the number. That's number 20. That's Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz converting that dangerous cross. Celador threw it in, and with a centering pass in the penalty box, and Nick Diaz was first to make that conversion. We're 8 minutes in. We've already got a goal on each side. 1-1 is the score. Teamsters recover, and they'll play it back to their defensive half. And there's a giveaway. Lamin Jawane. We've seen him with a burst of speed twice now. And we have a foul about 25 yards out. This is a dangerous play, and this will be a direct free kick for the Maryland SGFC Eagles. We'll see a wall formed by the Teamsters defenders. On a direct free kick, you can score directly without passing it to another player. And in this position, it looks like we'll have Lamin Jawane take the kick. A direct free kick. Jawane is number 12. 2 men on the wall. The referee's moving the back. The Eagles have, as you can see, 3 men at the top of the box. The Teamsters pack their box with about 5-6 defenders. There's the pass. It's right on Michael Mejia, who gobbles it up. Mejia wearing the fluorescent orange jersey today. There's a pass all the way to midfield. That's one heck of a throw. The Eagles get men back, and they'll recover. A very impressive throw by the young goalkeeper for the Teamsters, Michael Mejia. We can't say enough about his goalkeeping. He's just 19 years old, a native of North Bergen, New Jersey, here in Hudson County. Showing a lot of poise. He plays the ball very well. You'll see him in this game probably use his feet, come out of the box, act as another defender. In the meantime, the Teamsters have a lead pass and a goal. It's Walter Hernandez. Walter Hernandez gets the lead pass, and it's a 2-1 game. The goals are coming fast and furious here. In the 10th minute, Walter Hernandez, I believe that's his 3rd consecutive game with a goal. Number 23 took that lead pass. He beat his man and put that ball in the end, far side of the net. Not a strong shot, but a well-placed shot. Both teams are moving the ball very well early in this game. They do have defensive systems, but both teams seem to be quite comfortable moving the ball, spreading the field out. You'll see right away the Eagles now move it in. Salcedo with the steal. It's number 7. Salcedo with his lead pass. There's Hernandez again, moving into the box. Another dangerous play. Chris Green coming out to make that stop. The Eagles recover. And now it's Jawane, number 12. Jawane, number 12. Jawane moving in. He takes his shot and it's blocked. Before was there for Teamsters. Now it's Chris Noel. He scored on the penalty kick in the 3rd minute. Noel gets the ball back at midfield. Now the Teamsters will be the ones spreading the ball out. There's a pass to Hernandez, number 23. There's a give and go, but this will go to Salcedo, number 7. Number 7, he's looking for a striker. The Eagles try to clear it out. That first attempt didn't go all the way. Arek Szoldrowski kept it in for a moment. We'll have a foul there. I don't know what to think about that particular foul call. That's a good, in my estimation, a good legitimate sliding tackle, a good defensive play. You got as the defender, you got the ball first. I don't know if I would have whistled that play down as a foul. But in any event, the Eagles take over in their half of midfield. 2-1 is the score. The Teamsters with 2 early goals. We're only in 12 minutes of action. Chris Noel got the Teamsters on the board with a penalty kick goal only 3 minutes in. And that was after an injury, so it's really only in the 2nd minute of action. There's a ball in the air, it's headed down by Fofara. New Jersey trying to control, but it's taken away by Abdul Adejani. Now the Teamsters move it back. Noel is in midfield in the center circle. Will move it over, and a give and go. Noel lead pass to Salcedo was broken up. This ball goes out of bounds. Quite an interesting mascot on the near side. It's a cross between someone on an inflatable horse and what looks like one of those Mexican wrestlers that would go into the wrestling ring in a disguise. Interesting getup. Abdul Adejani in midfield loses the ball. Hernandez tries to center it and can't. The Eagles settle it down. You see again, a lot of these short, deliberate passes, that's just mature soccer. These are guys who know the professional game. They're young, but they know the game. They're comfortable with the ball. This is not kickball. This is a possession game you're seeing here by both teams. There's an easy shot from distance, gobbled up by Chris Green. He's the goalkeeper for Maryland SGFC Eagles. We're in the 14th minute of play. If you're just joining us, the Teamsters 2, Eagles 1. There's a ball kicked into the Teamsters zone, knocked away by Elmond Wally. On the sidelines, Lemon Johnnet, we've called his name quite a bit today. He's got the ball and he moves into the box. He moves into the box, looks for a center. There's a shot, it just goes wide. A dangerous play with Johnnet, number 12 for the Eagles, got possession. He got into the penalty box, and the Eagles had an excellent chance that was just 2 or 3 feet wide. Teamsters playing the ball back. He has got to get that ball out, and he does. On the far side, some battling. Theo, for number 9, gets it out for New Jersey. Walter Hernandez, that ball is onside, but Chris Green gets there just in time. Green deliberately waiting for that ball to roll to him. That was dangerous. Hernandez almost caught up to that ball. Hernandez scored the 2nd goal for the Teamsters early in this game. In my estimation, Chris Green for the Eagles has to get off his line much quicker than what you just saw. A dangerous play for that goalkeeper. A little bit too passive. And Walter Hernandez did the correct move in challenging to make sure that Green would make the stop there. Now at midfield, Szoldrowski will play it over to Elmond Wally, but it's stolen for the Eagles. It's, again, Johnnet, number 12. He's all over the ball early in this game. There's a century pass broken up by Fofara. As the ball bounces on this turf, that's more of a bounce than what you would see in a grass field. So just making note of that, because that will affect play a little bit because of the winds again. The winds right now are gusting from the east at over 25 miles an hour. Balls in the air are going to be affected, and perhaps that's why we're seeing a lot of the early play this afternoon stay on the ground. But again, with a good field turf surface, it's an even turf. Yes, it's not a natural surface. It's not a manicured grass field, but you will get true bounces. You'll get true movement, and you can control the ball very well and evenly on this field. You know what you're doing. You don't have bumps in the grass. You don't have dirt or rock. So you've got a good field here, and it'll bring out the skill for these young players. Number 28 is Kasim Fofara, now at midfield. As the Teamsters look to move, Walter Hernandez will be able to, well, he will not be able to get to this ball, pardon me. That ball, again, just skipped a little bit too quickly on this field turf. Now there's a potential giveaway. Number 12 is, oh, there's a lead pass for Theo, and he couldn't get that pass. Just a little bit too quick. That was a good lead pass there for Teamster. Sergio Martinez with that lead pass. Good idea and almost good on the execution. Now Teamsters move it back in. Salcedo is number 7. He looks for a pass in midfield. Broken up, and Elmer Wally will kick this ball back to Mejia. Now, the Mike Mejia, we know, he's way out of the net. But the Teamsters keep possession, at least momentarily. Krenzel moves over to the side. That's kicked out by Arena. There's a lead pass, a volley. The Eagles have men back, and they'll take over. We're in the 18th minute. The Teamsters 2, the Eagles 1. 3 goals early in this game, and a lot of good action. Again, a lot of ball control. These are young professionals, but the ball control is quite impressive early in this game, and you don't always see that in the lower pro developmental ranks. That ball is kicked out of bounds on the far side. Again, in the professional ranks, this is pro developmental league play. The United Premier Soccer League, they've been around for years. The Teamsters are a first-year franchise. SGFC, they've been around about 20 years. SGFC Eagles played last year in the American Soccer League, which had about 8 teams spread out throughout the Northeast. And now you have the UPSL with a new Northeast Conference involving these 2 teams. There are teams in Rochester, a couple of teams in the Philadelphia area, 1 team in the Baltimore area, and a couple of teams in the Washington, D.C. area, including these Eagles. Quite impressive what we're seeing here from these teams on the talent level. And there's also some pretty good fan support. So I'd like to say hello to all the fans in the Washington, D.C. area who are supporters of SGFC Eagles watching this game today on mycujo.com. mycujoo.com for your UPSL action. In the 20th minute, we'll have a goal kick. Chris Green is the goalkeeper, and he's got his gloves off, tying his shoes. We have a momentary delay. The referee should really get on these players with this delay.
What, Alex?
In the meantime, you'll see, again, watching that flag, the American flag, at the top of your screen, quite a bit of wind here, and that's going to affect some of the action as we move forward. Quite a bit of delay here before this goal kick. Now it's whistled by the referee to start action. A long volley. This will cross the midfield line. Johnez, number 12. He loses the ball to Mike Krenzel, number 25 in red. The Teamsters are in red. The visiting Eagles wearing the blue jerseys with white numbers. Fofar is taken down the far side, and we should have a foul here. Let's see if we get a card. Now, the referee is cautioning these players. He will show quite a bit of restraint. He was the same referee that we had 2 weeks ago. He likes to let these young professionals play, but he will draw the line if you get repeat infractions. We had 5 yellow cards 2 weeks ago when Catrachos were here from Maryland. And this referee he'll give these players room and rope, so to speak, to operate. But if the infractions continue, if the rough play continues, or if there are unnecessary, unsafe challenges, a 50-50 ball he'll allow. Now on the left wing, the Eagles have a chance. There's a shot, a good save by Mejia. A good save by Mejia, cutting down the angle, challenging that shooter. We'll have a corner kick for SGFC Eagles. But there was a good opportunity down the left wing. The speed of this Eagles offense, some of these wingers have enough speed to challenge this Teamsters defense. In the meantime, the Teamsters have an offside is called just over the midfield line. You can have an offside anywhere in the offensive half, and apparently Walter Hernandez was a couple of feet ahead of the play. Offside gets called anytime you have fewer than 2 men between the ball possessor and the goal. One of those is typically the goalkeeper, but not always. Apparently Hernandez was just ahead of one of those defenders. Eagles move back into the offensive zone, and on the left wing in the centering pass for number 9, Davidson Celador. It's broken up, and the Teamsters look to reverse. Here in the 23rd minute of action. 2-1 Teamsters. If you joined us late, we had a 3rd minute penalty kick goal converted by Chris Noel. The Eagles will have to recover and set up in their zone. Again, some solid ball control. Just as I said, solid ball control. There was an errant pass. That's been rare today. Most of the passes by both teams have connected. There's been a lot of multiple 3 and 4 passes strung together as these teams have looked to use their speed, respectively, and advance the ball downfield. Right now, Theo, number 9 for New Jersey. The ball is taken away, and the Eagles look to recover and move it out. Number 14 for the Eagles is Ahmed Lawal. Down the left wing, there's another dangerous run. Centering pass. It'll be broken up by Kasim Fafara, who will just boot it out of the penalty box and out of danger. Back to midfield. It's number 11, Obinna Ailoka. One of several Ailoka brothers. They're all young, between the ages of 19 and 23. 4 of them are in this SGFC system. Now down the wing is Lamin Janet. Crossing, broken up, and we'll have a corner. Number 12 is Janet. We've been calling his name a lot early in this first half. A corner kick, a short corner by Eagles. Janet moving into the box. Just missed wide. Some good speed by the Eagles, and they've been able to move down that left wing several times now, getting good shots off. We saw Mejia make a point-blank stop a few minutes ago. And now there's a quick whistle. We'll have a restart in this goal kick. Mike Mejia and the fluorescent orange jersey for New Jersey Teamsters. He is an agile, or he's shown himself to be an agile ball-controlled ball handler and dribbler early in this season. Only 19 years old. He takes the goal kick. This ball will cross midfield. Headed up, and now it's Theo, number 9 for New Jersey. A lead pass to Hernandez, who is being held off by Abdullah Dejani. Ball goes out of bounds. A throw-in. Theo, number 9. Salcedo is number 7. There's a long volley. It'll go right to Chris Green, gobbling up for SGFC. 2-1, New Jersey, midway through half number 1. Agnew Brown controlling for Eagles. Lead pass for number 9, Davidson Celador, getting into the box. Broken up. Mejia gobbles it up. Balls it out for Fofar. Pardon me, that's Mike Krenzel. Over to Rex Choldrowski. Krenzel recovers. A little bit of danger. Back to Mejia. He kicks it out, but still in some danger. A dangerous play there. Mejia comes out, catches it, and rolls it back out to Krenzel. Eagles doing the correct move, pressuring Teamsters in the back end. Now Teamsters moving out of midfield. Helmet Wally's 27, looking for a pass. A little bit off the mark. Number 4 is Abdullah Dejani, moving it over. There's a long lead pass, and that's onside. That's an offside play. Offside has been called. That will not count. Lamin Janet, the dangerous Lamin Janet, number 12, was ahead of the play. So we've seen both teams have dangerous scoring chances nullified by offside calls, in addition to the 3 goals we've already seen in 26 minutes of action. Teamsters, Salcedo moving into the box, but Green is off his line to gobble up that loose ball. Agnew Brown back to one of his defenders, Obinna Ailoka. Again, several Ailoka brothers here in action today for Eagles. Teamsters, long pass, will be too far. Before they take this goal kick, we'll just say a modest but respectable crowd here. The weather held up today. It's been raining, humid, breezy, but these fans are starting to respond to some very high-level soccer here by these young professionals. Meantime, we've got the Eagles mounting an attack. Noel battling. Abdullah Dejani with his cross. And Mejia will actually take control of this inside his box. Fofara looking for a pass. So pass it back to Mejia. They use Mejia's foot skills to really settle down the possession play. And now Salcedo moves back into his half. Again, settling the ball down. You can see he's looking for a pass as his men get into position. Now the foul is called as Hernandez was knocked down from behind. Abdul Torre is called on the foul. Thrown by Ahmed Wally. Out to Hernandez. Turning inside, looking for a pass. It goes through Soldrowski. And now Theo moves it over to number 26's Juan Arena. He looks to make a cross, looking for Hernandez. It just goes off his left foot. Arena with a good pass into the penalty box, and Hernandez just couldn't corral that, just half a step behind. Here in the 29th minute. Teamsters 2, Eagles 1. Breeze continues. If anything, it's getting worse here. Salcedo settles it down in midfield. Hernandez is tripped up from behind. Players allowed to continue because the Teamsters had the advantage, but then a second trip. And we could have a card here. Let's see. Martinez got to that ball first and extending his leg, but he got clipped by the Eagles defender. Looks like he just needs a few seconds just to let that shake off. He doesn't seem to be hurt badly. The trainer's not running onto the field. But twice in that sequence, you saw Teamsters players get clipped by aggressive defense. We'll have a direct free kick. It's Theo Sanaa, number 9. He'll be taking this, a direct free kick from about 25 yards out. Theo. There's the volley off the crossbar. Krenzel, number 25, can't get a shot off. Recovers at the edge of the box. Krenzel centering. Eagles break it up. Theo Sano's volley on the direct free kick hit the crossbar. That was a deceptive shot. I think Chris Green didn't expect that to go as far as it did or as high as it did. It hit the crossbar. Green might have got his fingertips on that. But Theo Sano hit one from 25 yards out and also on the near side. That was a good, impressive, and long volley that almost was successful. Hit the crossbar. Now there's a long shot and a great save by Mike Mejia. A 20-yard volley. And Mike Mejia diving to his left. Knocks it out. Again, Lamin Jana taking that shot from 20 yards out. He's been dangerous today. And the third corner kick in what is still a young match here for Eagles. Here's the corner. Players whistle down and there's a foul on the Eagles. Again, Mejia coming out, making that very impressive save. And then in that corner, getting his fingers on the crossing volley. But a foul called. And Mejia will take the restart. And again, because Mejia is showing agility with his feet, that allows the defenders to move up. And instead of having a field player take the kick from back in your own zone, it allows another player to go out and be the recipient of a potential pass. Now in midfield. New Jersey looking to take control. Hernandez reversing to Noel, to Salcedo. He looks for a pass. Moving ahead is Martinez in the box. He got to shoot wide. As Green came off his line, Martinez had a shot that went wide, and they're going to rule this as a corner. So now this is going to be the second corner for New Jersey in this first half. By the way, I'm now told that the goalkeeper for SGFC is Jose Isidoro. Not Chris Green, it's Isidoro if you're keeping track at home. Jose Isidoro in goal for SGFC. Here's the corner. New Jersey's Elmet Wally gets his shot, but it's knocked off a defender. We'll have another corner kick. Theo Sano is number 9. It looks like he'll be taking that corner on the far side. Again, now 3 corners for each club. 2-1 Teamsters here in the first half. Theo Sano from the far side. Almost scored on a direct free kick moments ago. His cross. Headed off by Krenzel just wide. Mike Krenzel was 25 and he moved up on that play. You can hear the Eagles' defense screaming at each other for better coverage. And here on the restart, a ball shot almost 2/3 down the field. Now both teams battling the midfield dot. Number 8 is Chris Noel, who got the scoring started early today in the 3rd minute on a penalty kick. Hernandez is number 23. He's also scored for New Jersey. Szoldrowski to Arena on the right side. Szoldrowski tries to shoot from distance. Now Hernandez inside the box. Hernandez battling. And there's a foul called, and that'll be on Hernandez. Trying to get around Adjegini. Abdul Adjegini is number 4, if you're keeping track at home. We have a player down. We'll see if he needs a little bit of attention. Looks like a cramp there. Looks like erectual. No, that is Sergio Martinez. Rubbing his thigh. Looks like he's got a little bit of a cramp, but he can continue. Sometimes when these players cramp up, they're excused from action for a few moments. Your team ends up being shorthanded until the next play stoppage when they can resume action. Let's watch Martinez. Now, it looks like he might be coming off. You're allowed 7 substitutes in the UPSL because it's developmental league action. We'll see who the substitute is. So Martinez is out. You're not allowed to re-enter the game. So that's one of their 7 substitutions that they're allowed. We'll see who came in to replace Martinez. And there's a long volley. He's settled down by Szoldrowski. Now the new entrant is Darwin Cruz. Darwin Cruz coming in here in the 36th minute. The Eagles move into the New Jersey zone. And there's a goal. There's a goal. The Eagles have scored. It's a 2-2 game as Ahmed Lawal corralled that loose ball. The Eagles had 2 men in the box. A long volley, and Ahmed Lawal has tied the game for Maryland SGFC Eagles. Mark that down as in the 36th minute of play. We're tied at 2. I continue saying this. We've had good offensive action, good ball control, and both teams look to be confident at moving the ball downfield very rapidly in just a matter of seconds. Here's another example. Theo Sano moving into the box, battling with a defender. And Theo used his hands a little bit too much, knocking that defender off. The Eagles will have the restart deep in their zone. .38 minutes in. The tall defender, Obinna Ainloka, will take the restart for SGFC Eagles. He'll boot it out into the New Jersey end of midfield. Chris Noel knocks it down. The Eagles look to move to the side. The goal scorer just now, Abdul Adejani, number 4, to Yusuf Mikhail. On the second goal, it was Abdejani, and we've been calling his name quite a bit. Abdejani was the goal scorer just in the 36th minute, tying this game. Eagles now spreading the ball out. Abdul Torre, back to Ainloka. Several Ainloka brothers in this SGFC system. Yusuf Mikhail plays it back to one of the Ainloka brothers. That's number 11, Obinna. Long lead pass. Davidson Celador can't get there. And we'll have a throw in deep in New Jersey territory. On the far side, it looks like it'll be, you can't see the number, but in the event the Eagles have it, close to the corner kick box, moving into the box, and then taken away by Arena. Juan Arena gets it back on a give and go, crossing midfield. He's got Walter Hernandez and Salcedo in the middle. Chris Noel centers to Salcedo. It goes off his foot. Rex Szoldrowski has space, has time. Moving over to Noel. He's got Arena in front of him. Reverses it back to Salcedo. About 35 yards out. Salcedo with his left foot looking for Hernandez, but knocked away. 3 defense back for the Eagles. Now on the near side, it looks like it's number 20, Nick Diaz, who scored the first goal of today's game for the Eagles. On the throw in New Jersey with the restart. Salcedo is number 7 to Szoldrowski. Fofara spreading the field out to Mike Krenzel on the far side. Krenzel to Urena at midfield. Darwin Cruz kicks it back. On that, 4 or 5 good passes, and then the 5th pass just not successful. The Eagles moving down the field. Davidson Celador maintaining control. He plays it back to Adejani. Adejani is number 4. Lead pass for Celador is broken up. Walter Hernandez reverses it from the New Jersey Teamsters. Hernandez controlling. Good ball control. Surrounded by 2 or 3 men. He finally loses it. But there was a good attempt there at ball control. What's impressive in this game is that both teams are willing to try to ball handle into several men of the other team. There's a comfort level, a confidence. Of course, you've got good conditions here with the field. Celador's number 9. Moving into the box. Celador makes it saved by Mejia. Celador had an open shot going down the right wing. Mike Mejia cutting down the angle and making the stop. Celador on the throw-in. Adejani is number 4, and he plays it on a give and go. Back to Adejani, keeps the ball in bounds. The Eagles looking to make a centering pass, and there it is. To Ainloka, it's broken up. Eagles trying to recover. Hernandez coming back. We'll see what the foul is called. It'll be called on the Eagles for pushing from behind. Here in the 42nd minute of play. It looks like we'll have a restart here. The referee calling Walter Hernandez over, just cautioning him, probably don't show so much emotion when you get kicked or pushed from behind. Referee hasn't booked anyone with a yellow card yet today. Trying to keep the emotions level. This is a very competitive game. Both teams using their skill, using their ball handling, skill and confidence, really, and assertiveness shown by both clubs that we have not seen in prior matches here in the UPSL. It's very impressive to see this skill level as these players continue to get familiar with their teammates and get familiar with this level of competition. It's very good to see for American soccer. In the meantime, in the 43rd minute, Loka crossing. He's got speed. Knocked away at the last minute by Mike Krenzel. Mike Krenzel went man-to-man with Loka, moving into the penalty box for the Eagles. Knocked that ball out. We'll have a corner kick. It's now 4 corners. That's quite a lot in a game, and that's 4 corners in one half. A lot of offense in this game. Both teams moving the ball quickly. Century pass. Mejia knocks it out. There's a dangerous push from behind. Chris Noel knocked down. Here in the 43rd minute, we'll have a restart, an indirect free kick, and Kevin Salcedo dribbling into midfield. Kicks it back for Darwin Cruz. Erect Sholdrowski. Long lead pass for Walter Hernandez, but it'll be too far, and it'll be picked up by Jose Isidoro in goal for Eagles. Jose Isidoro in goal for Eagles. Number 25, if you're keeping track. Loka back in defense. A long volley for Eagles. Mejia comes out. Knocked down. Play continues. Fofara's number 28. He retrieves that ball. A dangerous volley. The striker running onto that ball. Ahmed Lawal have called his name a couple of times. Here's a throw-in. The ball bounces. It bounced over Lawal, and he was knocked down. We'll have a foul called on the Teamsters at the edge of the penalty box, just outside the penalty box. This should be a direct free kick. This will be a dangerous play given the location, the first yellow card of the game. And I think that was called on Fofara. We'll get confirmation later on. But it looks like Fofara was booked for today's first yellow card. Now a dangerous play. This will be on the right side of the penalty box. It's about 5 feet outside the box. No penalty kick, but a direct free kick. A good angle. This is the equivalent of a corner in many respects, except that the ball will be played from in front of, as opposed to in parallel to, or perpendicular to, the net. Centering by Eagles. Mejia is there to make the stop. Mike Mejia has been a bit more active than you'd like your goalkeeper to have to be because of the offensive pressure. Again, a young 19-year-old showing a lot of poise at this level. And there's a foul from behind him, Hernandez. He was the second goal scorer today for Teamsters, and he's been knocked down several times today. And we're starting to see a trend here late in this first half of increasingly physical defense. Now, physical defense is fine, but dangerous fouls, that's something else. On the restart, it's Krenzel over to Urena. A long volley, centering for Hernandez. Noel was there. It goes off his foot. And Isidoro will pick it up for Eagles. You can see him motioning to his defense. Move up, move up. The scoreboard is past 45 minutes. Hernandez has got a lead pass. It's offside. There have been a few interruptions here in the first half. The running time is kept, not on the scoreboard, but by the referee. We probably have about a minute to go in this half, and we've had a lot of action. The second half is going to be something. There's a long volley. Theo Sano was there to break it up. Sholdrowski for New Jersey. And now Chris Noel and Darwin Cruz battle. The foul is on Eagles. We're into stoppage time here in the first half. The Eagles and Teamsters both with 2 goals here in the first half. This has been a very action-packed first half, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you see, next Saturday, 3 p.m., the Teamsters are back in action taking on Junior Lone Star here in Bayonne. NJTeamstersFC.com for more information. All tickets $10. Here's the restart. Chris Noel, do it to volley into the edge of the box.
Woo! It's there!
Numbers there for Eagles. And that'll be the end of the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of action here. Both teams running, passing, shooting. And after 45 minutes of play, the Eagles 2, the Teamsters 2. You're watching the UPSL Game of the Week. Teamsters and Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. The second half will be coming up in a couple of moments. The goal scorers. In the 3rd minute, Chris Noel on a penalty kick for the Teamsters. But then it was... Lamin Janes scored for Eagles. Abdullah Dejani also scored for Eagles. Walter Hernandez, again, scoring his 3rd goal in as many games for Teamsters. Walter Hernandez, you've seen him wearing number 23 for Teamsters. He's been all over the ball today. But we've also seen number 4, Dejani, for Eagles, really being a very dangerous force for the visitors. And late in that half, we started to see Davidson Celador. You'll see him as number 9. He was making a lot of dangerous runs. We also had Iloka moving down that left wing for Maryland SGFC. So a lot of action, a lot of dangerous runs. And the goalkeepers for both clubs have had to be quite active in this first half.
Your mom wants
Is everything good? All right. Alex, are you okay? Just making sure.
Vale más perder un minuto que perder la vida en un segundo. Nuestro amor se nos contagió de ese virus maligno que da profundo. Aquel cariño que existió una vez se encuentra en coma. Le han diagnosticado un cáncer sin pena, sin gloria. Inconsciente, alta fiebre, sin alivio. Le dio neumonía, los besos agoniza con deseos de amarte otra vez. Y el sentimiento que sentías cuando eras solo mía se ha infectado de hiel. Amorcito enfermito, ya no cree en el optimismo, se murió. Es mejor seguir discutiendo que guardar silencio sin remedio. Preferible la soledad, estar acompañado en sufrimiento. Aquel cariño que existió una vez se encuentra en coma. Le han diagnosticado un cáncer sin pena, sin gloria. Lo dejamos caer, inconsciente, alta fiebre, sin alivio. Le dio neumonía, los besos agoniza con deseos de amarte otra vez. Y el sentimiento que sentías cuando eras solo mía se ha infectado de hiel. Amorcito enfermito, ya no cree en el optimismo, se murió.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for the second half of today's game between the Teamsters in red and the visiting SGFC Eagles from Maryland. They're wearing the blue uniforms, and they'll be moving left to right here in the second half. The Teamsters moving left to right. Both teams with 2 goals in that first half. Again, quite a bit of action, good ball control by both clubs, good goalkeeping as well. If you like soccer, you've basically had something to see that you would really appreciate in that first half. Also, some good physical defensive play that was noted. We've had 1 caution so far. Goal scorers in that first half, we had Chris Noel on a penalty kick and Walter Hernandez for the New Jersey Teamsters. Meanwhile, Abdul Adejani and Nick Diaz were the goal scorers for the Eagles. They'll be kicking off here in the second half. Rain starting to be a factor here. We had some showers during halftime. We've had a strong breeze all day. The temperature now barely cracking the 60-degree mark. Humidity in the air, it might cause some of these players to cramp. We'll see if that affects play here in the second half. The Eagles have the ball as we are underway from Bayonne, New Jersey. Sholdrowski moving up for New Jersey, but taken back by Agnew Brown for the Eagles. As the ball goes out of bounds, we'll see that'll be a throw-in for Maryland. We're basically in the midpoint of the spring 2018 season here in the UPSL's Northeast Conference. The Eagles have played 6 games before today, and they have 5 points. The Teamsters have 7 points, 2 wins and a tie. You get 3 points for a victory, 1 point for a tie. International rules apply. And Maryland with 2 wins and 1 win and 2 ties to go together with 3 defeats. It gives them 5 points. They're presently in 5th place in the Northeast Conference. The Teamsters have 7 points, and they're in the 4th spot. That's important because the top 4 teams make the playoffs in the Northeast Conference. Now, we started to see some rough play late in that first half, and now we're starting to see that resume as we've resumed play here in the second half. Referee having some discussions, again, showing some reluctance, some professional discretion.
Pascal's kitchen is open. And all the announcements.
We'll have an indirect free kick for the New Jersey Teamsters right on the Eagles' side of midfield. There's the volley by Sholdrowski. A long volley on the side. We'll see if Darwin Cruz can connect. Krenzel there as well, and the ball goes out. Krenzel will take the throw-in for New Jersey. Mike Krenzel, number 25. He'll throw this into the middle of the box. Hernandez battling, but it's headed out, and now we'll have a corner. We had 4 corners in that first half for the Eagles, 3 for New Jersey. This will be their 4th corner. Again, a lot of offensive opportunities as both teams showed a lot of confidence moving the ball, stringing together multiple passes. Again, I can't say enough. That's very impressive at this level of professional developmental play. Now the Eagles knock it out, and we'll have Irek Sholdrowski, who's the former team captain of the Rutgers University men's team. Played there for 4 years, and now he's with the Teamsters, number 5. He scored 2 weeks ago an impressive volley, kicking off the goal scoring in the game against Upper Darby here in Bayonne. The Teamsters won that game 2-0. The Teamsters are next in action next Saturday, June 9th. Saturday, June 9th, 3 p.m. here at Donna Harum Stadium. Junior Lone Star is coming into town. All tickets are $10. For tickets, njteamstersfc.com is where you go for more information. Chris Noel will take the direct free kick here in the 49th minute. Chris Noel will take the direct free kick. The players battling at the top of the box. Now, referee signals for play to begin, and now, let's see, another stoppage. The referee calling some players over. Darwin Cruz there in the discussion. There was some shoving. One of the players was actually shoved to the ground as the players battled for position before this direct free kick was taken. Chris Noel was number 8. He scored on the penalty kick in the first half. And he's waiting. There's the go-ahead. Noel curling into the box, headed out by Eagles. Some dangerous high kicks there as the ball is volleyed into the back. Arena with the header, and he's tripped up. The physicality is becoming a factor here early in the second half of a 2-2 game. But these teams have the skill, and they're showing that they are trying to get the result they want. SGFC Eagles from the Washington, D.C. suburbs with a 5-hour bus trip before this game today. Theo Sano is number 9. He's got it from New Jersey. Back to Noel with the century. Past it is broken up. Mike Krenzel is number 25, and he has been growing and getting more assertive with every passing game. But Eagles reverse it out. It's number 12, Lamin Jane, moving down the left wing. He into the box. There's the crosses high and wide. But a dangerous crossing pass as Lamin Jane had room to move on that left wing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the New Jersey Teamsters wish to thank their sponsors, Mezcal Kitchen, Ignite Physical Therapy, BCB Community Bank, Scores Sports, The Cutting Garage, and our newer sponsors, Captain Bayonne and the Philly Pretzel Factory. For more, check out njteamstersfc.com for more information.
And we're back to the live action here in the 52nd minute of play. Eric Dixon calling tonight's UPSO Game of the Week. We're all multitasking here, folks. "52 minutes in, the 2-2 game. Nick Diaz and Abdullah Dejane are the goal scorers for the Eagles. Chris Noel and Walter Hernandez have scored for New Jersey. Noel and Hernandez scored twice 2 weeks ago in the home-and-home set for the Teamsters, their last action. And again, they hit the goal-scoring sheet today. Isidoro, the goalkeeper for Eagles, boots it out to midfield as the Eagles look to set up attack. Nick Diaz, who opened the goal-scoring for the visitors, he played that into the box, and there's a trip and a foul. It'll be deep in, and probably that'll be a corner kick. They're going to roll that was off a Teamsters defender. A dangerous play down the right wing. Again, the wingers for Eagles increasingly moving into the action are able to move down the sides. There's the corner. Nick Diaz taking the corner. Knocked out by Szoldrowski, but we'll have another corner. That'll be 6 on the day for the Eagles. Szoldrowski broke up that centering pass, but he didn't break it up in the direction he wanted. So Nick Diaz will take it, his second corner of this second half. This will be a short one, different strategy. Now there's a cross into the box. Iloka heads it up. We'll have another few players volley it out. Now Salcedo keeps it in bounds, and he gets it out to midfield. Walter Hernandez is number 23. He's got one man to beat. Hernandez is trying to get by his man. Iloka broke that up. Obina Iloka on the breakup for Eagles. Back to midfield. Chris Noel collides with the play, and a couple of players go down. More physical play. But again, that's part and parcel of the growing confidence of these players. They have the ball. They're comfortable running with it. We've seen both teams string out these multiple passes. They're comfortable being on the attack, both of these teams today. The field conditions are good. You get true bounces on this field turf. Krenzel Fofara heads that away for New Jersey, but the Eagles keep control. On the near side, number 12 goes down. That's Lamin Johnette. He's been dangerous. Walter Hernandez now on the right wing. That ball will stay in bounds. Hernandez looking to cross, and it's headed out. We'll have a corner now for Teamsters. And again, the number of corners is starting to become indicative of the flow of play. Mike Krenzel was number 25. He's moving into the box because he's tall. We're looking for a cross in the air, headed out, and then we'll have another corner. Walter Hernandez will take that second corner. Here in the restart. Once again, headed out by the defense. Obina Iloka breaking that up. We'll have a third corner. That's headed out. A second header. We'll have a third header. This goes down. Chris Noel can't control that ball. And Eagles break out. They've got speed and they've got numbers. A 3-on-3. Davidson Salador breaking into the box. Mejia will come out and kick it out. To clear us out, it's still in bounds. Knocked away by Hernandez. Noel is tripped up from behind him. He may have a card here. Noel was streaking down the right wing. He had space and he had a step on his man. Following a good defensive play by Hernandez to corral that ball for possession, moving it ahead to Noel, who was tripped up. And at this spot on the right wing, this looks to be a direct free kick opportunity for the Teamsters. And the second yellow card of the afternoon. Looks like that's going on the Eagles. We'll get the information on who got booked for that one. We'll have a two-man wall for the Eagles setting up their defense. Teamsters will take this. It'll be Darwin Cruz, number 17, will take the restart. A third man in on the defensive wall for Eagles. Darwin Cruz, curving, shot, save, hit the post. Hernandez couldn't get the rebound. The ball was kicked out. Darwin Cruz curled that in. Jose Isidoro got his hands on it, but the ball then ricocheted and hit the post. Walter Hernandez missed the rebound. Darwin Cruz, and the shot just goes wide. On a good, solid low shot. Here in the restart, the 57th minute of play. 2-2 is the score. Agnew Brown back on defense for Eagles. The ball is moved forward, and now New Jersey controls. Noel's lead pass was broken up. Darwin Cruz recovers. Noel has space, has time. Give and go. Back to Noel. Broken up. On the side, Theosino lets that ball go out of bounds because he gets the throw in. Rex Strelowski is number 5. His century pass to Noel. Noel is trapped up inside the box. We'll see what happens here. Noel got a penalty kick opportunity before, and from the looks of the protest of the Eagles defenders in the penalty box, you've got to wonder if that would be called as another penalty kick. We'll see what the call is. In any event, Noel looked to be taken down either inside the box, just maybe inches inside the box, or right outside. Now, Noel was picking up the ball and moving gingerly towards the penalty kick box. The penalty spot. That looks to be a solid indication that we're going to see a second penalty kick opportunity, likely to be taken by Chris Noel, who converted on his first penalty kick opportunity early in that first half. Meanwhile, one of the Eagles defenders is down, but Noel was clearly taken down on the plays. He got that pass, looked to reverse and spin around his defender, and he was taken down at the edge of the box. So in the 59th minute of play, and again, this interruption here that you see will go against the running time. So you will have stoppage time added on to the time that you might see in the scoreboard at the top of your screen, because the official time is kept on the field by the referee. We had about 2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half, and already I would think we're going to have another 2 minutes or so from the interruptions we've already seen here in the second half. It's 2-2, Teamsters and Eagles, but we're looking at a penalty kick by Chris Noel, who scored earlier today on a penalty kick. And really, to have 2 penalty kicks by any one player is remarkable. It's not often that you see 2 penalty kicks in one game. To have 2 by the same player starts to become a little bit noteworthy. Chris Noel, if you're just joining us, he was taken down just moments ago, just at the edge of the box, just inside the penalty box, and has been awarded a penalty kick opportunity. If you're joining us late, Noel scored to kick off the scoring. Nick Diaz brought the Eagles back to a 1-1 tie early in that first half. He scored in the 7th minute. Walter Hernandez put the Teamsters on top again. Around 15 minutes in, Abdul Adejani scored late in the first half to bring us back into a tie. Chris Noel is number 8 in red, and he will have his second penalty kick opportunity of the afternoon. Number 8 at the top of the box, watching the referee in yellow to give the go-ahead signal. All the players at the edge of the box, they cannot move until Noel strikes the ball. Watch Noel, number 8. Once the ball is hit, if the goalkeeper makes the save but there's a rebound, that's a live ball. But no one can move until Noel actually strikes the ball. Noel running. Stutters. Shot! Goal! Chris Noel, his second penalty kick goal of the afternoon. It's 3-2 Teamsters. Noel doing this patented stutter step move, trying to get the goalkeeper to move. Goalkeeper moved a little bit to his right. Noel put it to his right, which is the goalkeeper's left. And it's a 3-2 score. Noel with his second penalty kick goal of the afternoon. One in the 3rd minute, and now in what will be officially the 62nd minute of time, as rain begins to fall here in Bayonne. Teamsters 3, Eagles 2. Jose Isidoro just guessed wrong, and the stutter step is starting to work. In the meantime, Darwin Cruz in the box, and a goal! Darwin Cruz! As the Teamsters move down the field, Darwin Cruz with the left foot at the edge of the box has made it 4-2. Their player is down for Teamsters behind the play. As we start to see more physicality by the Eagles' defense, but the Teamsters will have a 2-goal lead. We'll see who's down. Some of the players are waiting for a trainer to come on. That's Kevin Salcedo, is number 7. He was clipped as that play was developing. And as Darwin Cruz, the goal scorer there, got the ball, Salcedo was clipped, but he got the pass off to Darwin Cruz. He decided to use his left foot, and not his right foot, which is the outside foot in that point of the field. And he beat Isidoro to the near side. The Teamsters have scored twice early in this second half. Meantime, we'll check on the condition of Kevin Salcedo, the midfielder for Teamsters. While we have this break for an injury, we'll just tell you that the next game for Teamsters, Saturday, June 9th, 3 p.m., Junior Lone Star, one of the top teams in the Northeast Conference. They're coming into Don Ahern Veterans Stadium. All tickets are $10 unless you're 17 or younger, in which case you get tickets for $7. 3 p.m. Saturday, June 9th. Salcedo's still getting some attention. He's being carried off. And that's not a good sign. They'll have to sub in someone. Kevin Salcedo being carried off. Must be a lower body injury, probably, I guess, the ankle. We'll see who comes in and replaces him. So for more ticket information here in New Jersey, go to njteamstersfc.com for more information. We've got a restart here in the 65th minute. The Teamsters will have to make an injury replacement, but they're up by 2. It's 4-2 Teamsters. Chris Noel's second penalty kick goal, followed by Darwin Cruz's goal within a minute. And we've gone from a 2-2 game to a 2-goal advantage for Teamsters, and they move again to the attack. Noel trips. The rain is starting to fall here in Bayonne. Here in the 65th minute of play, the Teamsters move back and keep control by playing it back to Mike Mejia. Teamsters spreading it out. Several passes. Ball control here. Juan Arena on the near side. Juan Arena. Lead pass to Theo Sano. Broken up. The umbrellas opened up by fans, and you can see in the bottom half of your screen a telltale sign that the conditions here are declining. Juan Arena on the throw into Walter Hernandez on the near side. Hernandez corralled that ball, but lost control. Kicked out by an Eagles defender. Juan Arena will take the throw in. The short restart, back to Arena. Shodrowski moves to the center. Lead pass to Hernandez is too far. Now time is starting to become a factor. We're now in the 67th minute. We've had stoppage time, several interruptions here. But you've got to start thinking now that we're in the final 25 minutes of play. Time should become a factor for Eagles. Down by 2. The Eagles lost that ball out of bounds. Teamsters have won 2 in a row. This is their 6th game in the UPSL. They tied their first game at 2 defeats on the road, but came back and won twice at home 2 weeks ago. Shodrowski looking to corral that ball, but it's knocked out by Eagles. Ahmed Lawal, lead pass to Lamin Jaune, who couldn't control it. Now on the near side, ball was played into the center of the field. Moving up is Fofara, reversing it back to Arena. To Elmed Wally, who has played a quiet but solid game. Now Shodrowski trying to keep possession by moving the ball back. Keeps possession. Ball control here for Teamsters, which also works to control the clock. Eagles recover. Looking to mount a counterattack as we're now in the 68th minute of play. Dangerous play, cross field. Stolen by Darwin Cruz to Walter Hernandez. Volleys it over the net. Walter Hernandez had a good opportunity, but the ball a little bit too bouncy. He had more time. He could have settled that ball down. And his shot would have been great in American football, but not in our football. Teamsters 4, Eagles 2. We'll have a restart.
There's a blue sky.
Restart goes in the midfield. It's headed down by Theo Sano. The Teamsters controlling. Darwin Cruz with a lead pass. Broken up. Walter Hernandez. No, that's Chris Noel's number 8. But he gives it up. Lamin Janet, who's been all over the place for Eagles. And now in the wing. It's Abdullah Jenini, who scored a century and passes broken up. Fans get agitated. Theo Sano trying to settle it down, but the Eagles recover. A dangerous centering pass there. Broken up just enough so that the Eagles striker couldn't settle it down for a shot. There's a lead pass which will be whistled for an offside. Davidson Celador has been dangerous when he's gotten the ball. Other than that, he's been quiet in the sense he hasn't gotten the opportunities you would expect, but he is clearly a talented striker up front for Eagles. And when he's gotten the ball, he shows that he's very confident, and he's got what I would call an assertiveness. These are players that have experience, they're young professionals, but they are showing a comfort level with the ball that you don't always see, even in professional soccer. On the restart, the Eagles look to do something with that ball, but it's cleared out. Another throw in. And that throw goes into the box. Teamsters have men back. Numbers matter. And that ball will just trickle out of bounds. And that should be a throw in. We'll see who they call it against. Actually, they're calling that as a throw in for New Jersey. Juan Arena on the restart. Number 26. Theo Sano moving back to control that ball. Schrodrowski spreading the field. Now with the lead pass on the far wing. That's Damari East, number 4. Centering. Broken up. And now it's Iloka trying to get out. He's tripped. And we'll have a restart deep in Eagles territory. Here in the 72nd minute. We will have stoppage time here in the second half, but we are likely in the final 20 minutes of regulation. We go a full 90. There are no overtime games in the UPSL, so it's a win, a loss, or what they call a draw. Americans call it a tie. Mike Krenzel will play at cross field. Now you see both teams spreading the field, at least as a defensive strategy. And that's a very good way to maintain ball control and maintain possession. When you're ahead, it's a great time killer. Eagles reverse it, and they've got men. Janet with a shot, saved by Mejia. Lawin Janet had time and space there to get a shot off, but Mejia with a good positional stop. Now the Teamsters moving out to midfield, and the man is tripped up. Adrian Sanchez has come on. Juan Arena waiting to get a pass. Again, the ball is spread out. Arena corralling it. Several passes there. 4 or 5 passes in a row, and finally it was a bad pass. But again, good ball control shown by several Teamsters players. And now a couple of players converge. We'll have a foul as Arena and Damari East converged on a striker for the Eagles. Lawin Janet was trying to make a good run there. So although the foul is called on Teamsters, the Eagles players are the ones that seem to be more agitated. Now here on the restart, Obina Iloka looks to be the one to take the restart. It'll be a direct free kick about 25 yards out, but in the center of the field. Obina Iloka on the restart, curling over the net. He had distance. It was a good shot, a good field position, but it was over the net. Mejia didn't have to do anything there. Clearly, it was not a close shot. So a dangerous scoring opportunity going by the boards for Eagles as we're now in the 74th minute. On the restart, you'll see Michael Krenzel is the young defender, number 25. Darwin Cruz plays it back to Juan Arena. And now you'll see it played back to Mike Mejia using his feet. It gives the defense another option, spreading the field and maintaining possession. There's a giveaway in the New Jersey zone. Eagles then play it back to their half. A long volley on the right wing, but Adeniji can't get it. The Eagles lose possession, and New Jersey looks to reverse it. On the near side, Sanchez gives it up. The Eagles try to make a run down the wing. There's a dangerous cross into the box. Cleared out. Nick Diaz is number 20. He looks to get a foot on it. The Teamsters get it out to midfield. The Eagles look to reverse it. Number 11 is Opinai Loca. And now Agnew Brown tries to play it ahead, and we have what looks like an offside call. A player is down, but we do have an offside call. The sun has come out. We still have some intermittent showers, but the skies have all of a sudden cleared up. So we're in the 76th minute of play. Again, we likely have at least 2 minutes of stoppage time. But time is becoming a factor for Eagles as they trail by 2. Mike Mejia will take the restart. Almost all the players are now back in the Eagles' half of the field. There's a lead pass volleyed out by the Eagles' defense. Controlled by Fofara, now to Urena. Noel is on the near side. Rex Szoldrowski plays it back to Elmet Wally. Elmet Wally comfortably just playing that ahead to Sanchez, who loses control. Elmet Wally again steps in front of his man. Controls the ball to Szoldrowski. A lot of comfort there with these players. They know they have the time to settle the ball down and keep control. Chris Noel plays it ahead, looking for Sanchez. He's got the ball! He's got a goal! Pardon me, that wasn't Sanchez, that was Adrian Hernandez. That's his second of the game. Adrian Hernandez taking the pass from Noel. As the Teamsters strung together several passes, he beat his man, moved into the box, and he had plenty of time to pick his spot. He's got 2 goals on the afternoon. The Teamsters have a 3-goal lead. Adrian Hernandez, who is not one of the bigger players on this Teamsters squad, nonetheless is showing when he gets more than a few feet of space, he is a very dangerous striker. Now on the far side, Damari East is knocked down. Looks like we'll have a restart. The Eagles will have a throw-in. Not an indirect, but a throw-in. Ball is whistled down. Now it appears this will be a New Jersey restart, a New Jersey throw-in. And there it looks to be a foul, but an advantage. Now straight on the right side, it's Sanchez. He stumbles on the turf. Cutting back, he fell on that turf. There might be a moisture issue there on the field. Chris Noel gets knocked down from behind. There's a centering pass. Now Isadora will pick it up. No foul was called on that play because the Teamsters had the advantage. They maintained possession of the ball. So the referee, in his discretion, it was the right discretion, the recall, allowed the play to continue. Now Nick Diaz reverses it for the Eagles. Nick Diaz scored early in the first half for the visitors. Now there's a lead pass for Adejani, moving into the box. Bodied off the play by Damari East, who reverses it and plays it back to midfield. Agnew Brown collects it. The Eagles trail by 3, and now time very much a factor for Eagles. Down by 3 goals. It's 5-2 Teamsters. Nick Diaz moving into midfield. Looks for a shot and just misses it wide. Nick Diaz went left foot 25 yards out. had the distance, but about 5 feet too wide on the near side. It's a 5-2 game. It was 2-2 at halftime, but the Teamsters have kept Eagles off the board. They've scored 3 of their own. Time very much a factor now for Eagles of Maryland. Obina Loca, number 11. Looks for a man, looks for the right pass, makes his decision. Down the right wing. That ball is onside, but it will go out of bounds. Abdullah Jenini had position on the right wing, but could not corral what was a very good pass and what would have been a very dangerous opportunity if he was able to trap that ball. Here in the restart, Mahia moves it out to Elmet Wally. Controls it with the right foot, and now to Damari East, back to Elmet Wally. Teamsters spread out the field. Pass goes through, Noel then picks it up on a give and go. He moves into the Eagle zone. Moving into the center of the field. A lead pass is onside, and we'll see it. Shorowski couldn't catch up to that one. So we'll have a goal kick restart for Eagles in the 81st minute. Now the sun has come out. The showers are gone. The umbrellas have been put away. The sun is shining on this Bayonne field, Don Ahern Veterans Memorial Stadium, and the sun has been shining on the Teamsters here in the second half. 3 unanswered goals. It's a 5-2 game. Teamsters, if they hold on here with a 3-goal lead, will have more separation as they hold that 4th spot in the Northeast Conference. The top 4 teams make the playoffs. The Teamsters win this game. They'll go 5 points up on the 5th place Eagles. As we move into the middle part of the spring 2018 season here in the UPSL's Northeast Conference. We've got a restart on the far side. Abdullah Jenny looking to move the ball into the center of the field. A centering pass is cleared away, but we'll have a foul behind the play. Looks like that foul will be called on the Teamsters. Amin Jawe on the restart now. Eagles look to move it in for a shooting opportunity, but the Teamsters have players back. Some careful play on the sideline, but Lamin Jane, who controls it, he gets tripped up on the far side. He had a space, he had his man beat on the far side. Clearly a foul. Now, watching the referee, we wonder if that's a yellow card for infraction. Apparently not, but that was clearly a foul. Eagles on the restart here in the 83rd minute. A short volley, not good at all. Bad service. That's a very poor direct free kick opportunity. Teamsters reverse it. Chris Noel at the midfield dot. Surrounded and loses it. Eagles recover and they move back. Agnew Brown now back on the right wing. Nick Diaz looking to get a pass and he gets it. Nick Diaz on the right wing. Looking to center, he plays it back to Agnew Brown. Looking to center it. He takes a shot that's broken up. The Eagles will have a restart opportunity to throw in good field position here in the 84th minute of play. But time is a serious factor for a team trailing by 3. And frankly, for a team down by 3 goals, they need to show more urgency in getting their throw-ins together. They're taking their time here. This is a mistake when you're down by 3. I can't see who's going to take the throw in, but he's a good 5 feet from the touchline. Now he takes the throw in. All the way into the box. Teamsters have several men back. There's a centering pass broken up. And now the Teamsters have men. They look to control the ball. Chris Noel and Walter Hernandez. Hernandez has a step! And Isidoro beat him to the ball, coming out of the box. Walter Hernandez had a one-on-one opportunity, but he couldn't catch up to that lead pass from Chris Noel. As Eagles have no choice but to move their men up and try to get as much manpower and compete for any loose balls. We're in the 85th minute. We're certainly in a position where we're in the final 8 to 10 minutes of regulation. Looks like Theo Sano is coming off. The Teamsters will be making a substitution. We'll get the information as it becomes available. Adrian Mosquera is number 22. Adrian Mosquera comes in. Theo Sano comes off here in the 85th minute. Another throw-in opportunity. Again, time is a factor, and the Eagles are just taking their time here. A long throw-in, again into the box. Teamsters have numbers. There's a shot at the safe by Bahia. Davidson Celador is dangerous, and he had just 1 or 2 seconds with the ball. He got a shot off in the box. Point blank, and Mejia got it. The Teamsters allowed Davidson Celador to get a shot off, which is really not something you can do. He's a dangerous striker, and in that position, you can't afford to give a player even half a second. And you can't afford to give those strikers more than a few inches of space. He had enough space to at least turn and shoot, which is something that the Teamsters defense have to learn. You've got to lock down your man. Which means in soccer, you've got to prevent him from getting the ball. And if he gets the ball, you have to be in position to block the shot. He got his shot off, which is something that at this level of soccer is just too dangerous. In a close game, that would be very, very dangerous. In a 3-goal game, arguably, it's something you can afford. The Teamsters in the last 6 or 7 minutes of regulation here. On the scoreboard, it's the 87th minute. Looks like we might have another substitution coming in. Chris Noel will come off after 87 minutes of action. And it also looks like Michael Mejia will come off. Michael Mejia, who's been very active today in goal, he'll be coming off. And we'll see who comes in. Rafael Kraus will get his first action in quite a while in goal. Rafael Kraus in goal for Teamsters in the 87th minute of play. The Teamsters have now used 4 of their 7 permitted substitutions. It's a 5-2 game. Teamsters 5, Eagles 2. Eagles looking to counterattack. They control the ball, but Teamsters have several men back. Now as the teams trade head balls in the midfield, Luna Iloka on the far side volleys it ahead to Lamin Jane on the right wing, battling with Elmet Wally. Jane cuts in at the edge of the box. His shot is blocked. New Jersey looks to recover. Adrian Sanchez with a good ball cross field. Mike Krenzel moves up, and now to Arena as the Teamsters show possession. And that ball is onside. That ball is onside to Abdul Babakar Diawara, but he lost control. There's another new entry into the game. And there's a lead pass. This is onside, but Kraus gets to the ball first and clears it out. Rafael Kraus getting his first action late here in the second half, thwarting what would have been a one-on-one opportunity. The Eagles trailing by 3. Ahmed Lawal will take the throw-in for Eagles. as they move their defense up. And now it appears they settle it down. Iloka spreading his field. So looking to set up a play. On the right wing, there's a shot. It will go wide. The scoreboard tells us we're in the 89th minute. There is stoppage time. Shodrowski moves it up into midfield. We have another entry. Luis Torres has joined us. He's number 21. He's another one of the new substitutions. Luis Mora Torres for New Jersey. Also coming in late. Obinai Loka with a crossfield pass for Eagles. Eagles running out of time. Ahmed Wally collides with his striker Abdul Adeniji. The ball goes out. We'll have a throw in. Adeniji looks like he will not take the throw in. Again, another example where the urgency for a team down by 3 is not there. I'm going to be very critical here. They just killed 20 seconds of clock on this possession. Obinai Loka will take the throw in. And again, he's just backing up. He's losing time. 25, 30 seconds of wasted time here on the throw in. Into the box. Cleared out. Luis Mora Torres kicks it up front to Diawara, number 10. And a long crossfield pass to Mosquera, number 22. Mosquera's got time and space. There's a lead pass. Arena has the ball, but they're going to whistle it down for an offside. And now on the restart, the Eagles control. We're now in stoppage time. The scoreboard tells us we're in the 91st minute. We're in stoppage time. We don't know how much time we have, but we're clearly in the final few minutes of action. Diawara tries to settle that ball down, but the Eagles control and kick it out. Teamsters back in midfield. Played out to Mosquera, number 22 at the touchline. But there's a foul behind the play. It looks like a few players have either collided or cramped up behind the play. I see at least 4 players right now either prone on the ground or touching various parts of their bodies, either because they're cramping or there was just enough contact where they needed to make an adjustment. One player is going off for Eagles on the touchline on the far side. We'll have a restart on the near side. We're in stoppage time. The Teamsters are about to win their 3rd straight game as this throw-in goes right to Juan Arena. And now kicked back. The Eagles control at midfield. But they're basically all but out of time officially. Iloka's number 11. At center back, and now it's played out to the far side by Abdul Torre. Kicked back and over the touchline for a throw-in by the Eagles. Abnu Brown going to the midfield dot. Abnu Brown looking for a pass. Eagles are running out of time. Just seconds left in regulation here. Likely in the final minute of regulation here. Teamsters 5, Eagles 2. There's Nick Diaz looking to move into the box. Kicked out by New Jersey. Iloka try to move in. And it looks like that's it. The game is over. The New Jersey Teamsters, with 3 consecutive goals here in the second half, have won 3 consecutive games. Your final score from Bayonne's Don A. Hearn Stadium. The New Jersey Teamsters 5, SGFC Eagles of Maryland 2. For the New Jersey Teamsters, this is their 3rd consecutive victory. I'm Eric Dixon, and thanks for joining us. You've been watching the United Premier Soccer League on mycujo.com. The Teamsters are next in action on Saturday, June 9th at 3 p.m. when these Teamsters take on Junior Lone Star FC. Game times at 3 p.m. and visit njteamstersfc.com for more information. All tickets are $10, $7 for youth under age 17. So for everyone involved with the telecast and our sponsors, Ignite Physical Therapy, Mezcal Kitchen, BCB Community Bank, Score Sports, The Cutting Garage, and Philly Pretzels. The New Jersey Teamsters thank you for your support. Today's final score, the New Jersey Teamsters 5, SGFC Eagles of Maryland 2. This has been a presentation of NJ Teamsters FC. Thanks for watching. This is Eric Dixon signing off. Your final score, New Jersey Teamsters 5, SGFC Eagles 2. Thank you and have a good afternoon, everyone.